G'day friends, this video is just a beginner's intro into using DaVinci Resolve to actually get started in editing. I'm going to show you a few basic things that means you can take a normal video and get it edited from a beginner's point of view to a finished product. First thing you need to do is open up DaVinci Resolve, which I'm going to do right now. Now I've got a bunch of products here, obviously, but we're going to go down to New Project in the bottom here. Click on New Project. We're going to call this one Video Basics. Go Create. Before you go any further, you can go down to the bottom down here and you can see the Settings cog. Click that Settings cog and change this information to what you need it to be. For instance, I shot this in 4K, so I'm going to change this to Ultra HD, and we're going to change it to 25 frames a second because that's what I shot my footage in. Go Save. And down the bottom here you have Media, Cut, Edit, Fusion, Color, Fairlight and Deliver. So the media page is where all your media will be stored. I generally don't use it that much unless I've got a lot of media to add in. If I'm just doing a quick edit, I'll just go straight to the Edit page. The Cut page is for more advanced people. Once you get used to editing, you can go to there, but I generally use the Edit page for everything. The Fusion page is where you do effects. The Color page is where you do color correction. The Fairlight page is where you do your audio. And Deliver is where you actually export it. So we're going to go to Edit. Now I've got an Effects tab down the bottom here. You can click on Effects. You can turn that on and off up the top, which is here. We'll turn that off for now. Now to add a clip, all you have to do is drag it into your box here, the master box here. So I'm going to get a clip and I'm going to drag this drone footage in. I'm going to select Don't Change because I shot that at 50 frames per second. When this timeline is only 25 frames per second, we're just going to leave it. And I'm going to bring this into this box here. As you can see, this is very dark. I did this dark on purpose because I'm going to show you how to clean it up a little bit. But what you want to use is this red bar here. It lets you scrub through your footage to have a look. And as you can see, it goes to the left. And then I thought, you know what, it would be a better shot if it revealed from the trees. So I decided to go from the right. So obviously that first section of footage I don't want. So what you do is you scroll along to the spot you want. Now if you want to go to the end or to the start, you click these two arrows. Otherwise you can press the play button and you can stop wherever you want. Or you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to go frame by frame. Okay, but we're going to scroll to where I started to move to the right, which is about there. If you click this box here, that's the cut in spot, so it's cutting in from that spot. And if you scroll to where you want it to stop, which is about there, that's the exit spot. You click that one and that cuts in. So this section is the only footage you're going to be editing. Now all you have to do is left click on the screen and drag it down to your timeline. And now that footage is in your timeline. So what's in this window is what you cut, and what's in this window is what you see. The reason I liked this footage here is because there's a bird flying past and all that sort of stuff. And that's how you actually cut your footage. Now if you want to play your footage, you can press the play button or you can press the space bar. It'll play through your footage and show you what it's doing on the other side of the screen. Just like so. If you want to make that timeline smaller, you've got a box here where you can grab this little dot and you can bring it down so it's not taking up so much of your screen when you're scrolling from the start to the finish. It's basically shrinking your footage down on the playfield so you can see it easier. It's not doing anything to your actual footage. And here is where the audio would be if you wanted audio. That would be here. I might actually add in a music track just for something to do. And we grab your audio clip and we drag it in over to the timeline over here into the storage window. And if you go to your media section down the bottom here, you'll see your clips are all in there. That's where your media is stored. We'll go back to the edit section again. Now this audio file is here, so I'm going to drag that into this window again. And we're going to cut it at the start. And I'm just going to scroll through a little bit and cut it because I don't know how long I need it to be. Then you just left click and hold, drag it down into your window. And as you can see, it's quite long. All you have to do is go to the edge of the footage until you see those two little brackets come up, left click and hold, and you can slide this all the way down to be the length of your video. Now that's really loud, so I'm going to bring the volume of this down. So how you do that is you go to the expansion part here so you can see it better. And there's this line here at the top. You just move up until you see 2 arrows, and then you just shrink it down so it's not so loud. Now if you want your audio to fade out so it doesn't end so abruptly, you can just grab the end there like this, left click and hold, and then drag to the left, and that will actually create a fade on the audio. You can do the same on the video as well. You can actually fade that as well. We'll fade it in too. We don't need to fade the music in because it's already fading in. But this is what it looks like now. So you've got that fade in. And it faded out. I'd probably need to fade that a bit more to make it less aggressive. So you go back here and press the space bar again. Much nicer. We'll fade that a bit more. If you want the fade to be more even, you click the dot in the middle here and you just bend it a little bit. And now when you press play, it fades a lot easier because it fades quicker at the start and then slows down at the end. Watch. See, it's a more even fade. Now, if you don't like this clip, say there's a bit in the middle you want to take out, you can either do it up in the timeline when you first edit it in, or you can click the razor blade here and you can select a spot you don't like that. Go back to the arrow, right click on it and go delete selected, and that will get rid of that spot. And then you can just, I'll do it actually, delete selected, and then you drag your file across and it snaps into place. Obviously I don't want to do that because I like the footage as it is, so I'm going to go edit undo again, and I'm going to undo the cuts as well. And there we go. By the way, you can do Control Z if you want to use a shortcut on your keyboard to edit undo. All right, so now we're going to move it to the middle here, and we're going to select the top clip because that's the one we're going to work on, and we're going to go into the color tab. Now in the color tab, it's going to look very similar to this. So over here on the left is where we're going to work at the moment. So you've got color boost, shadows down the bottom, highlights, saturation, and obviously hue and a few other things. So here, this one here, the offset controls your exposure, so we can bring that, scroll to the right, you can bring it up, and you can pick certain colors you want to expose. You can change it so it looks different. So we're going to bring the exposure up a little bit. Now that's obviously very washed out, and the dial over the left here, your lift is really just your contrast. If you grab and hold the wheel and move it left, it'll darken down. And then if you go to your shadows over here at the bottom and click and move to the right, it'll bring your shadows up. A bit more contrast. And we can do a bit more saturation if we want, just to bring that out a little bit. I want to bring up that exposure a bit more to make it a bit brighter, so I'm going to bring it up a bit again. Obviously when you do this, you're going to create artifacts in your image, which I'll show you how to fix in a minute, which is like noise and grain. Grab your control and bring that down again. Now what we've done is we've brought, and we can bring the shadows up a bit more contrast, sorry. And then now we've got a much easier to look at image. But it's full of grain. If you scroll in, you can see all the grain in the image. See all this grain? And by the way, if you scroll, you just use your mouse to scroll in and out on the screen. I'll show you how this works. If you want to look at the bottom down here, you put your mouse there and scroll there, it'll show you the bottom, and you scroll back out again. If you want to look up here, you put your mouse there and you scroll up. You don't even have to click, you just scroll. If you press play, you can see all this grain. It's like someone's throwing rice on it. And when you're scrolling in and out, all you're doing is viewing it. You're not doing anything to the footage. Sharpness-wise, it isn't too bad. It's just a little bit, it's just very grainy. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that now. So we're going to go back into the color tab. Scroll that out a little bit. Back into the color tab. And we're going to, first of all, I'm going to boost the color a little bit. So I'm going to go to the color boost on the bottom left here. I'm just going to give it a bit more pizzazz. And I'm going to bring down the contrast again, just a little bit. I don't really care about the trees so much. I just want to show that they're there. I just don't want them to be black masses. We're more concerned about the footage up the top here. Okay, now if you go to the middle section, you'll see, you might see this or this or this. So if you go over to the dots here, it looks like raindrops, that's your blur and sharpen. So you click on that. And if you grab this and bring it down, it's going to sharpen. If you bring it up, it's going to blur. So you just grab the bar in the middle and bring it down a few points. As you can see, if you look at the image, if you go all the way down to 0, it's horrible. If you go all the way up, it's really blurry. So you really want to bring it down. It's 50. You want to sort of go to 48, maybe 47, but we'll leave it at 48. And you can scroll in and look at that as well. Now we're getting a little bit more detail. So you go back over to your window on this side again and you click on your motion effects tab, which is this one. Now we're going to move over to the left here where it says temporal NR, which is noise reduction. And that's all this noise and the grain in the sky. You can see it all in the still image even. So we're going to go over here to frames and we're going to drop that down to 5. Now if your computer isn't very fast, maybe do it at 3. I'm going to leave this, I'm going to change this to better. If your computer is very slow, leave it on faster and leave this on low, but I'm going to leave this, or small, I'm going to leave this on medium. Then we're going to go to temporal threshold and I'm going to change this to somewhere between 30 and 50. The higher you go in the number, the more sharpness you'll lose. So I'm going to go with 35 and see how it looks first. And you can see, if you look up here, a lot of that noise disappeared, but it needs a bit more. So we're going to go with 45. And you can see that a lot of that's going away now. When you look down here, it's much better than it was. So we might go to 50 even. And then click off the box and you'll see it change. Then we're going to go over to spatial noise reduction, and what this does, it gets rid of all the noise that's multicolored basically. So we're just going to change that to better, change that to medium, and we're going to make this one say 4. We don't need that to do that too much. Now when you go to the edit tab and we play this back, it's going to look a hell of a lot better. So now we're going to go to the Deliver tab. I'm going to type in finished drone. Click on the location where you want to keep it. Now if you scroll down, you've got all these different settings. I leave mine on H.264 because YouTube tends to like that better than H.265. You can see here that the timeline resolution is 4K and 25 frames per second. The quality is at best. And everything else you can see here if you want to change it to yourself, but I generally leave the rest alone. So you click where you want it, then go to add to render queue, and then I'll push it over to the right, over here. Then you click render all, and you can see what it's going to render before you click render all. You can see this bar here and here. It's going to render the whole clip. You can actually render half the clip or more than, if you've got 2 clips, you can render 2, for instance, but in this case, it's going to render that whole clip. We click on render all over this side, and it'll render it out. And now that that's rendered out, this is what the clip looked like before, and I'll just play it from where I cut it, roughly about there. As you can see, it's pretty dark. And this is what it looks like now. It's not perfect, it's still got a bit of grain in the foreground around the trees, but considering it was really low light, it's not a bad result. I do have another video on DaVinci Resolve that's over 2 hours long. It gives you heaps of editing tips and tricks and shows you how to do a whole bunch of stuff. Give that a look if you want, and thanks for watching.